What's going on, everybody? Tuesday, Show Me the Money Club live, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. You can catch us here on YouTube, LinkedIn, X, sometimes Facebook, but for some reason the last few weeks, Facebook has been a little weird, so not really on there. But you can also catch the audio podcast on the following day, on Wednesday, right here on Show Me the Money Club on the Rideshare Guy. So you may notice a little bit of difference when it comes to Sergio. He had a little bit of a hiccup when it came to his internet connection, and his box is dead. So the cable company is coming over there, but he is still here using his phone, so he doesn't have the nice little background, and he may have to go. But Sergio, how you doing today?
I'm doing as well as I can. Hey, everybody. This is a first. This is dedication, by the way, Chris. Okay. Most people would have gone like, okay, I don't have internet. I'm not going to do it. So we figured it out, and I'm here. That's all I can say.
For a little while.
So it's all good. We'll survive for an hour and a half, hopefully.
Well, either way, hopefully, I know you got the cable guy coming, or just about there, coming. So, if you got to step out for a little bit, no problem. So we'll roll with the punches, and I'm sure everybody will be okay with everything, especially with what we got going on for today. So with that being said, let's get right into the rundown, so we can save your phone battery, because I don't know if you're going to have much phone, especially with your lights flickering in the background and everything that's going on. So, yeah, it's just not Sergio's day today. It's just not Sergio's day. But let's
trading went well. Trading went well until
that's good. That's always a good thing. It's always good to make some money. All right. So what we're going to be talking about today is for some EV drivers out there, actually pretty much all the EV drivers, Uber is taking away the pause or the break button, which is the little coffee cup, and switching it with something else. Why and what's going on there, but they're taking that away. We're also going to be talking about Uber and Lyft ripping off riders as much as the drivers. And that's why, more companies that come into the mix is a good thing, because two competing, well, that's not really competition, as we had we spoken with Corey Doctorow when he was on, talking about it's very much easier to get the same page and be online with less people than more people. So the more people that come into the markets and the more competition there is, it's only going to be better for passengers and drivers, and it's going to disrupt those disruptors. So we're going to be talking about that, and how riders are getting just as pissed off as drivers are, just on the opposite side. We're also going to be talking about Uber changing the acceptance rate and cancellation rate numbers again. So is this going to be good for drivers, or what's going on there? We're going to be talking about Lyft offering new drivers high bonuses, and how you can actually take advantage of that for the drivers that, we ran a poll a couple of months ago saying, hey, do you drive for Uber and Lyft, or just one or the other? And almost half the people only drive for one. If you're watching Show Me the Money Club, you know that you should be driving for multiple. So we're going to be talking about that, and, it's Show Me the Money. So we're going to show you a way to get that money. Then we're also going to be talking about Uber and Lyft unaccompanied minor policies, what you need to know in order to protect yourself. We're also going to be doing how to cherry pick 101, why it's important to pay attention to hidden surge, and all that. Actually, this morning, I know a lot of people were getting $30 surges all over. So I don't know if there was something going on where a lot of people couldn't get on, but I saw a lot throughout, people texting me on Facebook and all that. So hopefully, if you were out there this morning, you were getting paid. And then, of course, we're going to end with some facts and funnies. But before we get into that, we just have a couple of announcements. If you would not mind kindly liking and sharing the show, that would be great. We can help reach more drivers so they can also maximize their earnings, as well as liking, which will help with the YouTube algorithm, being able to push this content out to more drivers. Also, if you would like to support the channel and you enjoy the Rideshare Guy and what we are able to bring to you with Show Me the Money Club and our other shows like Behind the Wheel and Crossfire and all those other shows and videos, if you'd like to support the channel, you can become a member. We have a couple of different tiers where you can help support the channel, and then enjoy some of the perks there. Also, we have our Rideshare Guy en Espanol channel, which is actually doing pretty well. And that is for our Spanish speaking brothers and sisters out there on the road, especially when, we speak English and there is a language barrier and some people just do not speak English. So this is a great way to help them be able to understand what's going on and feel part of the community. So if you speak Spanish primarily or know somebody that does, make sure you check out the Rideshare Guy en Espanol. Link is going to be in the description there. And also, again, we are kind of separating our delivery content a little bit from the Rideshare Guys content with Rideshare. So if you are a delivery driver and you want to check that out, make sure you head over to the Delivery Guy by RSG. Again, link is going to be in the description there. And if you also want more in-depth content from the Rideshare Guy, make sure you do check out the newsletter. It's free. It's great to get some extra information because we don't necessarily post it on the videos. And there's a lot of different things within there. Sergio also writes his articles. He's able to put a lot more information into those articles. And there's just more all around. So if you want to have a little bit more information, even get a little bit one up on, kind of everybody else, make sure you sign up for that newsletter. Sergio, I don't know if you want to say anything more with that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Actually, I just finished Lyft. The headline is you guys have to go sign up and read it. If you're already a member, you'll get it in your email either today or tomorrow. I wrote about Lyft, running laps around Uber when it comes to transparency. It's a fact. You guys may like it. You guys may not like it. We talked about it last week. About them showing or piloting two different things, right? Dollars per mile is popping up on your screen with the ping, meaning you don't have to do too much calculation in your head in 15 seconds, or in some cities, dollars per active hour is showing up. The app is automatically calculating it and spitting it out there. So now you have no excuse to decline trips when they're horrible, right? Lyft may get hurt with this actually because this all the information is on the ping screen now, right? All the stuff we used to tell you guys that, do this, do that, add the pickup mile to drop off mile divided by the dollar, all this. Now they're spitting out the number right in your face. So if it's a garbage trip, don't accept, right? It can't be any easier than that now. And that article, in-depth article with all the screenshots and everything else is going to be probably sent out either today or tomorrow. So those are the things you need to go to the newsletter for. I think it's amazing amount of information, and enjoy it. It's free.
Yep. Julio asks, in Espanol, do your lips move like an old kung fu movie? Actually not. Like if you saw
Not
Godzilla,
really.
it would be like, oh, don't look over there. And you had that delay. This actually is lined up pretty damn close. So like as we're talking, it's kind of, you can see the difference where it's not properly dubbed, so it looks real weird, but it actually does a really good job. But that's only for now. Pretty soon, that's actually going to be changing. So you'll be able to translate it into any language, and AI is actually going to go one step further and move the mouth to match what you're saying in that language. So it will actually, you'll start speaking in Spanish, and even though it was an English recorded video, and it will look like Sergio and myself are speaking Spanish. So that's what's coming, which is pretty wild. So stay tuned for that because it's going to be pretty trippy when that does happen. And then also we do want to announce again for drivers, what do you have in your cars? How are your setups? Are you offering amenities in your car? Do you have a tablet, or do you have a video game console like this driver does? What do you have in your car? How is it set up? Do you keep it very plain and clean? Do you keep it dirty? What's your setup? Send it to us because we will critique it. And I believe there's also going to be a little bit of a giveaway for that. We already have had quite a few drivers send us their car setups. Some are really nice looking. Some are very simple. And some are just, wow. So we're going to have a lot of critiquing, but we're looking for some more because we want to have multiple part series of this where we can critique cars, and hopefully as we've done the fake names at the end of the shows, where last week you were able to kind of bundle them together, and you've done that a couple of times now. We kind of want to do that too, where it's like, overboard with too much crap in your car, or just the simple, elegant designs or something like that. So make sure you take pictures of your car or video, send it to us, let us know, and we're going to critique it. And you also may be in the running to win some money. So that's always nice.
Yeah. So the contest ends, we decided, at the end of the month, the end of June. So you guys have plenty of time to take pictures or a short video. I mean, don't send me like a 20-minute video. Short video of the setup or the how you have your car for your passengers, right? And for yourself, obviously. I mean, you're in the car 10 hours, 12 hours if you're full time. And then send it to Sergio at therideshareguy.com. And we'll decide on the winner, and they'll win $50 cash. I mean, good money.
Yeah, can't go wrong there at all. Just
Yeah.
for having your car the way it might be. So yeah, send it to us, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Again, thank you for all the drivers who already have sent. We are going to be doing this going into July. So there are still a few weeks left to be able to get your pictures in. And yeah, it's gonna be quite fun because some of those I'm gonna have a lot of fun talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Anything
Yeah.
else, Sergio, or you want to get right into it now?
Oh shit! Now you're getting cut off. Okay, hold on. Okay, so for people who join late, I'm on my cell phone. I have no idea what's happening in the chat, but I see there's 86 of them now. So I can't read the chat, so don't ask me questions in the chat. If you have questions, send them to me at Sergio at therideshareguy.com. I had so many wonderful emails this week. Thank you for being my eyes and ears. We hear things way before Uber and even Lyft know if there's a glitch or whatever not is happening. So those also at Sergio at therideshareguy.com. And the last thing is, I want you guys to, I started working with the data collection agency. They liked what I was doing, Chris. They liked, that 85 city Ubers, in-app messages that I collect from drivers, right? So they said, we like it, but we want more in-depth information. So I said, well, I don't have time to do any of that for you. So what I would like is, I would like everybody to send me the second you get that notification in your app. It looks like with a blue box on the bottom. It says, get out there and drive between, median income in your city between, let's say, 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is going to be this. They have it usually for 3 time slots. They have it for weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Again, weekdays from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Then they have another one for the weekends from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. So the second you get it, please send it, because all I'm going to do is forward it to this data collection agency, and they're going to make it look a lot more in-depth. So we're working on this collection of data. Please help me out. Send them to me ASAP. The second you get it, send it.
Nice. All right. So yes, if you get those, send it to Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Let's get right into our first topic now, where EV drivers, if you have an EV, you will no longer have the pause button on your car, on your Uber app, in the little corner there. It's going away. And in fact, it did go away. It is going to become something else where you can find a charger or a charging station so you can charge your vehicle. That's what they're going to do. And it doesn't turn you off. It doesn't pause you or anything like that. The only way you can do that really is if you actually turn the app off and go offline. So the pause button is much nicer because you can take that break. You can go get gas. You can grab something to eat, whatever it might be. And you don't have to worry about like actually getting off the app or anything like that. But yeah, when it comes to this, what are your thoughts on this, Sergio?
Yeah, I got this email from a couple of drivers. Now, Chris, I'm on my Samsung Galaxy, whatever, S23 Ultra. You know how small that is compared to my actual computer screen. So you have to do all the reading today. I cannot read what is inside that box in the red circle box there. But I don't drive an EV, so I still have the cup. And the cup, for people who know, Fight Club, okay? The cup comes in handy in certain situations. That's all I'm going to say. People who know. But then on the right-hand screenshot, as you guys can see, There is no cup because that gentleman drives an EV. I don't know why they couldn't just add that thing and instead of take the cup away, right? I mean, cup
Yep.
actually does its work, okay? And I mean, if you want to take a 15-20 minute break, potty break or literally coffee break or whatever, to go stand up and stretch out, why? Just leave that there and put the EV thing on top of it. I'm not sure. There's already enough crap on the app. I mean, what is one little circle extra going to do? But then who knows how these engineers at Uber work? I'm sure they have a reason for it. I guess they don't want the EV drivers to run out of juice because, it's a possibility, obviously. And they're going to replace that with that EV thing in there that, I don't know. I mean, it's not a huge change. I don't know the numbers, Chris. I don't know how many EV drivers are on the platforms, especially on Uber. So, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sorry to see the cup go because cup definitely came in handy for certain Fight Club search situations. So,
Yeah.
that's all I can say.
Yeah. So basically, what it's saying, though, it says, we wanted to make it easier for you to charge your electric vehicle. So we added a map in the app. Uh,
Hmm,
there's not a map in the app, but okay.
hmm,
Now all you need to do is tap the lightning bolt icon, and you'll be able to see where the nearest EV chargers are, what their charging speeds are, and how to navigate to them. Some important things to know: the coffee cup icon will no longer be available. You can still find nearby gas stations, restrooms, and restaurants by tapping on the magnifying glass in the top right corner of the map. Now, if you're driving an EV, why would you need nowhere gas station? I get it. Yes, if you want drinks or something like that, but
yeah,
um,
yes,
I don't understand. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like if you hit the coffee cup at the top, you can see restrooms, chargers, gas, food. Like just keep it the way it is. It's so much easier for
yeah,
drivers. And then why do you have to have two separate? Like the coffee cup, I think is a great thing. I think drivers who have that, I think most drivers have that at this point now. It's a nice little feature. So as you said, Fight Club, but we don't talk about, the first rule of Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club, but
yeah,
when it comes to just general purpose things like, trying to go get gas and trying to do these different things or get food or, just take a break, get up and stretch for a little bit without having that damn thing go off, especially with Trip Radar.
yeah.
It's good to have. So I don't know why they're changing it. I think that's stupid, but whatever. And then they
I mean,
say if you want to pause chip requests, you can still do this by tapping go offline. Just
yeah, I don't
I don't
know. I
know.
mean, I really don't know why they did that. But the screenshots are from my own app, right? So I'm online. Obviously, you see the coffee cup. You click the coffee cup request. Paused. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I've ever used the coffee cup for taking breaks. I've used the coffee cup for other things, but
Mhm.
for taking breaks, I just, I have a habit, Chris, of when I get a passenger in the car, I automatically go swipe up and then make it the last request anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think I've ever used the coffee cup for what it was designed to be. Maybe that's why they got rid of it. They go, these people are not using the coffee cup. I'm like, okay, fine. But don't
Maybe
take my coffee
you
cup away,
broke the
Uber.
damn
Don't,
cup. You dropped it.
yeah, don't take mine away, Uber. I'm happy with the coffee cup. Don't take mine away. Well, I don't drive an EV, so I should be okay. But we'll see.
Yeah. And chat,
Yeah,
what do you guys think? Let us know what you think about the coffee cup or the replacement of the coffee cup if you have an EV. Do you use it besides Fight Club? What's going on? Let us know. Put it in the chat. And then let's move on. Let's talk about passengers and what's going on there. I know passengers are not happy. They haven't been for a while. So those who are signing up for other companies like Rides or other companies that are maybe in your area, it's very easy to get drivers on different platforms because drivers are fed up. Passengers, on the other hand, is going to be a little bit different. So you might sign up 5, 6, 7, 8,000 drivers very quickly, but you may not get the same amount of passengers that are looking to use your services. So, with that being said, you got to speak their language when they're in your car. So, if you got an Uber and Lyft and you're starting to drive Rides or Y Ride or Hover or any of these other companies that we've been highlighting, and we're going to continue highlighting a few more that are out there. Yeah, this is something where passengers are going to be even more pissed off because they have to pay more money. And when money's tight, some people are skimping out on food. Some people are skimping out on other things. They're tightening their budgets as much as they can right now. The economy's hurting all over the place for everybody. So it's very easy to say, hey, you spent how much money on this ride, on an Uber or Lyft ride? Well, did you know that there's another platform that just came in called whatever it might be? And they actually are charging passengers, 10, 20% less than what Uber and Lyft are. Here's a card for you to sign up or whatever. So there's a lot of different things there on top of it. But yeah, passengers are getting screwed though when it comes to Uber and Lyft.
No doubt. I mean, this came from a great driver from Chicago to me, Joe, who is my eyes and one of my pairs of eyes and ears in Chicago. Amazing driver, extremely intelligent. So he was saying, Sergio, look what's happening here, right? There is no surge, right? And then that's why actually I did the cherry picking 101 this week, Chris. He goes, Serge, there was a oncologist or conference in downtown Chicago, okay? And 40,000 people came to Chicago for this conference, okay? And he goes, look what Uber is doing to the riders, and then look what it's paying. And then he's comparing the similar trip offers that he's getting, right? And if you look at the time on the screenshots on the upper left-hand corner on his phone, they're literally simultaneous, right? So Uber is charging $51 for a short trip to the rider and paying $10 to the driver, right? And on the other one, $40, again, paying $10. So when, people say, yeah, we're not making any money as drivers, but I think Uber is playing a very, very dangerous game here, okay? Because they know they don't have competition other than Lyft, right? And they're burning the candle on both ends. I mean, we know what's happening in the driver community. This is the worst I've seen in 8 years. Yes, there may be some smart guys in top cities like Boston, Cape Cod, maybe New York City doing well. But in general, drivers are hurting from low earnings. But that's been going on for a while. And that's one thing Uber is not changing, right? Not increasing the pay. Well, on the other side, this is happening. They're ripping the riders off. I mean, look at this, right? $51 for I think that's a 8 mile trip. Is it, Chris, right? So,
No, it's a
um,
2.7 mile trip.
holy crap, bro. Imagine that, right? I mean, look,
$50. Dude, you could walk there. You could walk that in about 45 minutes.
yeah. And the thing is that though, there is no competition. Like if the rides was in Chicago, right? Or if Y-Ride, well, I have a lot more to talk about Y-Ride. We had a soft launch actually June 1st. I have a lot more to say about it, but we have a media push coming up, so I'm going to hold off on that to get the eyeballs on the company. They're doing really, really well. That $51 chip on Y-Ride or rides would have been probably like 15 at most, right? And so, I mean, look, as drivers, it's our duty to start educating the riders because they are getting ripped as much or more than we are. So, when you get a rider in your car, feel the room, check the pulse of the room, and then start talking to your riders. Start telling them, what are you paying for this trip? Why do you think you're paying so much? And all these things, like, don't just flat out and go say you're getting ripped off, but, start selling this idea that they are doing, educate the rider community. So,
All right. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, what's crazy is you're looking at these rides on Uber, you're seeing $50, $40 when it comes to, and these are 2.7 mile trips, 3.3 mile trips. And, this is just Uber. Now let's take a look at Lyft. Lyft
yeah,
is a little bit better on the passenger side, but
yeah,
not as good on the driver's side. Look at that. Yeah, for this, it's again another 3 mile ride. They're charging the passenger for a standard ride almost $21. The driver is only getting $9.05, but look at that, including a $3 bonus.
yeah.
So you're getting paid a little over $1 to $2 almost less on the Lyft platform with this so-called $3 bonus.
Yeah.
They're definitely screwing with the base rates on that one.
That's definitely they. Of course they are. I mean, they always, the upfront shenanigans continues. When there's surge, they lower the base. We know what's happening. But at least Lyft is not ripping the rider off as much as Uber is. I mean, that's like almost an identical trip, okay? And Lyft has
Yep.
some heart, I guess. Uber, no surge, $51, really? I mean, and $40? Come on, bro. What the hell's going on? And so anyway, but please start educating your riders. That's one way to hit back at these companies. That's what you have to start doing.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, that's why I say these companies are ripe for disruption. They're pissing drivers off, they're pissing passengers off, and they're putting out minimal product. They're putting out minimal service. In fact, the service is actually dropping because they've gotten rid of so many good drivers, and so many good drivers are quitting because the rates have either gone down or stayed the same, or it's harder to make money out there in certain markets because of the oversaturation. There's a lot going on, and it's just continually putting out bad things without really changing or adding any value to the system. I mean, go get 2024 is, to me, an absolute joke. Like, they announced absolutely nothing. And,
Nothing.
they are primed. They are absolutely primed for disruption. And I can't wait to watch. I can't wait to watch the fireworks go when it comes, because you're going to hit a company that's just going to, they're going to be marketing gurus, and they're going to hit a market, and they're just going to come and blindside both Uber and Lyft, and I'm going to sit back and I'm just going to be like, told you. So, yep.
I mean, look, man,
That's all I got to say
all
about
these
that.
companies that are coming around, I'm glad that they are, because in this world, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay, you just have to do better.
Yep.
And there are companies that I'm working with. They are going to do better. Now, can they compete with Uber and Lyft? I don't even think it's competition with Uber and Lyft. If it's better for the rider and if it's better for the driver, I don't see a problem of competition coming in. And the market is so huge, Chris, the total addressable market is so huge that all these companies have to do is get a couple of little 3 percentage points, since it's hundreds of thousands of trips for them, right? And so I like it. I like this. I like this little push that we're putting through. On Y-Ride, I mean, they signed up 1,200 drivers. I turned my Y-Ride, rider app. I mean, density is beautiful now. All we have to do is now, put this in front of the riders, and I think they're going to do really well in the backyard of Uber and Lyft. So, but we'll talk about that next week.
I mean, like I say, everything's going to happen faster now, so disruptors are going to get disrupted. But here, the biggest reason why they're primed for disruption is because these companies went public. It's the whole reason. They had these investors. Now they went public. Now they have the fiduciary duty to try to make as much profit as they can. So they're going to try to squeeze both sides as much as they can by using these algorithm setups to pinch pennies. We've talked about pinching pennies and how much 5-10 cents can add up over millions of rides. That's millions of dollars in additional revenue that they can just do by a 5 cent here, 10 cent here, 15 cent there, on both ends. So you're getting 5 cents less as a driver, you're getting 5 cents more as a passenger. That adds up. That's essentially 50% more, because how it would. But I mean, they're definitely priming the pump to be disrupted. And these companies that are coming in, if they're not bought out, if they're saying, hey, we're going to take you on head on, and they start really working and getting those passengers, and they take those points away, you're going to see major disruption. And because, again, you don't have to have that same profit margins as Uber and Lyft need to appease their shareholders. So that's their biggest Achilles heel at this moment.
That's
To try to
I mean,
appease shareholders.
you hit the nail on the head. The new companies that are coming around are run by gentlemen or ladies who are not in it to become billionaires, period, right? And they're not in it for that. They're not going to go public, probably. If they get taken over, they do whatever. But the point is, it's more friendly to the rider. It's cheaper for the rider, a lot more for the driver, and there is a way to do it, and they're going to do it because both sides are sick and tired of it. I mean, look, man, the algorithmic wage discrimination that we talked about on the driver's side is completely happening on the rider's side as well, right? Those were two almost identical chips that you showed. One passenger was paying 51, the other one was paying 41. Why? Right? And so the riders have to start understanding that, man, we're getting ripped off here, right? I mean, I'm going the same distance. Why is that guy getting 51 and I'm getting 41?
Yeah, and they're getting pissed off, and they're kind of dealing with it. They kind of have to at some points, but
There's no
if they
alternative.
knew that there were other companies that were there or in that market, and they were charging 20-30% less, I mean, that's a no-brainer when it comes down to it. You're still getting the same, pretty much the exact same service, just under a different name, and you're saving
Yep.
money. The driver's going to make more money. I mean, that's a win-win for both consumers on your platform. Uber and Lyft
Yep.
are, you know what? They're walking down a short cliff right now. Or I mean, a short
Yep.
bridge right off the cliff. They're
You
definitely
know
going
what
to
they say,
be.
right? Take a long walk off a short pier.
Yep, yep,
and
exactly.
and
So,
talk about disruption. Let's end this on this note. Is Paul Bohm, who is the CEO of Trip, which is Teleport. We had talked about this company about a year ago. I've been having conversations with him. He's a brilliant man, and they're launched in Austin. So he's going to be with us. And this is another rideshare company that is on the blockchain, on the Solana network. So there is absolutely no middleman on this one, nothing, right? And he will come and explain what it is. And as drivers, another tool in your toolbox, right? So you guys have to have this open mind that you need as many tools as possible in your toolbox. And unlike our surveys that said, which was shocking to me, Chris, that 47% of drivers are on a single app in 2024. 47%. That's
yeah,
nuts.
that's insane.
That's crazy. I mean, unless you got deactivated on one or something. If you're not, there's no reason for you to be on a single app. No loyalty, period.
No, definitely not. They don't have your back
Yeah.
or your best interests in any way. You don't need to give them the same. It is just a monetary, uh, win for you if you're making money. Barnes Corp, no, not Trip. That's a different company.
No, this is Teleport. You guys can Google it. It's on the Solana network. It's on the blockchain, and the CEO is going to be on the show in the next 3 weeks, and he's looking to disrupt. So that's it.
Bubba Sue says should get the CEO of Hum on the show. Maybe we also got to get we got to get a couple of different people on, and then yes, David Risher is still coming on. I think that's gotten pushed to July. Unfortunately, things do happen, and we have a show that is on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So we have to try to coordinate when it is. So David Risher is still going to be coming on. We haven't nailed down a date and time yet, but we will be very soon. And once we do, we will let you know. Don't worry. All right.
Yep. All right.
Anything more with that, or are you good to go? Next topic?
No, we're good to go.
All right, let's talk about Uber is now changing the acceptance rate and cancellation rates again. And is this going to be beneficial for the drivers, or what's going on here? And that is going to be very interesting. So,
well, it was 200, right? They're lowering it to 100. I don't know. I don't know if it's my cell reception or not, but you're really sketchy at the moment. So it's coming down. I mean, you have to do the reading, Chris. I can't see any of this. But on the left-hand side, I know I can see that. I haven't seen a 0% yet, but the driver sent me his acceptance rate, 0.5%. I'm going like, why are you even out there, buddy? Why are you even out there? I'm sure out of those 200, there was few, more than single one that was acceptable. But hey, unless maybe he had a goal to lower it to 0 or 0.5%, I don't see the point of that. But I just put it out there. That's his badge of honor, I guess. And I mean, how are you making money, right? If you don't accept chips, how are you going to make money? Unless you're just out there messing around. But yeah, they're lowering it from 200 to 100, the AR and the CR. Well, acceptance rate and cancellation rate calculations. I think it's okay. I think it's better for if you're going to, I don't know if they're going to change the goalpost to in Uber Pro with that, right? You know, they always move the goalposts away with the points.
Oh,
And
speaking of
yeah,
goalposts, we'll talk about that in just a second.
okay. But yeah,
So
yeah. So
So basically, what's happening is on 7/8, so July 8th, about just over a month from now, they are going to be updating how they calculate the acceptance and cancellation rates in believe in certain cities. I haven't seen this, but I'm sure it's probably going to
I
roll
haven't
out to
either.
probably
Yeah,
everybody. Because instead of being a 0.5%, it's going to be a full percent. So acceptance
yeah,
rates really do mean jack shit at this point. Under upfront fares, if you're still on the rate card, it could play some impact, but not very much. But yeah, when it comes to uh, the upfront fares, acceptance rate means absolutely nothing. Cancellation rate, on the other hand, does mean something and still
yeah,
can mean something. So that is going to have a different ball game. So yes, if they're going to take it from 200 down to 100 and you cancel on 5 rides, now that is 5%.
yeah,
Before it would have been 2.5%. So
yeah,
yes, that is going to screw drivers quite a bit because it is going to be a 1 percentage point every time you cancel or not accept a ride. And that's essentially what it's going to come down to. So this
yeah.
move may not be the best you think, especially if you have to cancel rides. And we all know how many unaccompanied minors come out, how many parents without car seats, how many people try to get too many people in the car and are too cheap to order an XL or have an XL and they still want to get 7, 8, 9 people in. We all have seen that instead of trying to
Yeah.
order 2. And we
Well,
got to cancel
but
rides or
yeah,
they don't show.
one other thing,
All
one other thing, Chris, one other thing that I just remembered is that, well, in a lot of cities, drivers seeing the destination of the rider up front depends on their acceptance rate and cancellation rate. Okay, so this may help in that, you know, if you don't cancel a lot, obviously, this may help you, right? Out of 200, you know, I think it's 85% in a lot of cities which don't have upfront yet. But then upfront kind of opens up if you hit 85%. The other thing this is going to help you or hurt you is that in the cancellation front, is that if you're going for Uber Pro, right, those also do have some AR and CR restrictions. So on the cancellation
Mhm.
front, yeah, I mean, if you cancel willy-nilly and you're trying to make, you know, gold or platinum or diamond, it's going to hurt you because, but then 100 trips is short, man. You know, if you're a full-time driver, you knock out 100 trips in a week,
Yep.
right? That's going to recycle itself anyway. So overall, I think there is no negative here. I don't think there is a negative in them lowering to 100. As long as they don't move the goalpost out further on the Uber Pro, on the Uber Pro levels, right? So
Well,
I
if you
think
want
this is
to
not a bad thing.
if you want to talk about goalposts when it comes to Uber Pro status, you know, we highlighted this last quarter, when the drivers had to get. I forget who it was that sent you the email, but uh, they had to get so many points for the quarter they got it, and then
Yeah,
the next one they had more points. Same thing happened. It was either I can't remember if it was truck driver or Austin Drives on X, but they posted
yeah,
it like a couple of days ago because the quarter changed, and yeah, it went from like 1,230 points. Now it's like 1,360 points when it comes
yep,
to Uber Pro.
yeah,
So yeah, they are moving those goalposts yet again. So yeah, it could be a real problem out there if you're trying to reach that. Not only that, what have you seen? Are you seeing the goalpost move if you are Uber Pro? Send your screenshots in as well. I think we should be tracking that as well when it comes
yeah.
to where these goalposts are because they continually try to increase it based on how many rides you've given, how many points you've gotten for the quarter. So if you have the previous month's or previous quarter's quarter, and then what it is now, send those comparison screenshots to Sergio, please. Sergio at therideshareguy.com, so we can actually track that and see, you know, how much they're putting these up by when it comes to people who are actually trying to go for Uber Pro.
Yeah, and I mean specifically, if you have something from maybe like a year ago to now, so we can see the widest variance. I know they moved the goalpost on Lyft Elite level. It went up with the changes that they had introduced. You know, with the 70/30 hocus pocus changes that they came with about a couple 3 months ago. So yeah, I mean, yeah, send them to me. maybe like 6, 8 months ago to what it is now, so we can see the distinct difference. How many more points you need to earn, meaning how many more hours you need to drive, how many more trips you have to do to get up to platinum, diamond, whatever you are. So, but it is the game, right, man? They just move it. They don't tell you, but it's been going on for a decade now. Nothing surprises me at all. Yeah.
Well, the circle wheel could be improved. How can we improve the circle wheel? That's literally their thought process. How can we improve what already works and works well?
I can't
by
wait.
their improvements, it's their improvements for them and screwing drivers and passengers. So
Yeah, burn the candle on. You know what, Uber and Lyft. Yeah, I know you watch these. Burn the candle on both ends. You keep doing that, okay? You just knock yourselves out. You keep doing that. It's okay. All right.
All right.
Judgment Day. Judgment Day is coming. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Disruption Day is coming. I can't wait for D-Day. Disruption Day.
Okay.
It's coming.
All right.
It's coming. With that being said, let's move on to our next topic. And this is, something that's kind of interesting to see. Certain markets, quite a few markets actually, the Lyft bonus to sign up has been going up and has been staying there. We kind of talked about it a little bit a couple of weeks ago as we first saw it, but it's still continuing to be there. TM, thank you for the super chat. Uber is manipulating cancellation rate and keeping you at 5%. Yeah, we could talk about that. That's a little bit different of a topic. Yeah, it's quite crazy. But thank you for the super chat. But going on, as we were saying, yeah, they are offering a lot of sign-on bonus. So here's one right here. This is $670 for new driver bonus when you give 210 rides in your first 30 days in the LA area. And it's interesting because there is quite a bit of drivers in some of these markets, or it's a feeling that it's oversaturated, yet they are signing up new drivers and giving big sign-on bonuses. Now, why would we bring this up to drivers who are already driving? And this is actually kind of something that we had talked about and alluded to earlier when it came to this poll. This is a poll that we posted 5 months ago, and it says you drive for both Uber and Lyft. Almost half of people here do not drive both platforms. I don't know why you are not driving on both platforms. I don't know why you're not signed up for both platforms. But here's the thing. They're offering pretty good bonuses to sign up and drive. So if you are one of those drivers who are not signed up on both platforms, especially on the Lyft platform, and you're just driving on Uber, sign up for Lyft. Use the link in the description below and get that referral code to be able to get that bonus. So you can actually get out there, give, whatever it might be. It might be 210 rides. It might be 120 rides. It might be 150, whatever it might be. But sign up for both platforms. Be on both. Go make that money. It's free money at this point. And on top of that, when it comes to signing up for both platforms, again, you're on both platforms. So that means when you're sitting there waiting for Uber rides to come in and it's slow, or there's a lot of drivers out, or whatever it might be that's going on, you can turn on the Lyft platform as well too. And hey, guess what? Now you've just doubled the chances of getting a ride. Then on top of that, if there's other companies that are in your particular market, sign up for those. If you're doing food delivery, sign up for that. And then have all these on at the same time. And you're going to have much less downtime. Your utilization time and rate is going to go up much higher and get much closer to 100% being utilized in periods 2 and 3 versus sitting there waiting for a ride or food delivery coming on. So, yeah.
All right. I agree with Chris 1,000,000%. If you're not on both platforms, okay, you're not on both platforms, so you get deactivated. What are you going to do? Then you're going to go sign up for Lyft, right? I mean, look, I'm not shy about it. I just signed up.
Bonuses at that point.
Yeah, get their money, take their money. Look, I'm not going to be shy about it. I just signed up a driver, Chris. And unfortunately, they had lowered my bonus from $1,000 to $400, and his was $350 for 190 trips, right? So what do? He signs up, goes through the system. I get on the phone with him and do like an hour and a half coaching session with him, so he doesn't get out there willy-nilly. Give him the exact strategy, what he needs to do to get that $350 the quickest way. Boom, it's out there. I mean, people will say, oh, oversaturation. I'm like, look, market's already oversaturated. So, I mean, people, you have to understand this. You can make literally more money by referring a driver now than driving for a whole week. Okay. So you have to put, don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is exactly that. Don't just be on Uber. Don't just be on Lyft. I've been saying this for almost a year and a half now. Your time is for sale to the highest bidder. From trip to trip, you do not know who the highest bidder is going to be for your time. Is it Uber?
Yep.
Is it Lyft? Is it DoorDash? Is it Grubhub? Is it Walmart, Spark? Whoever and whatever they are. You must in 2024. This is not 2016 that you could be just on Uber and cash out 3K a week. It doesn't work like that anymore. You need to be on both apps. And if you're not, you are committing a crime against your bank account. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, not only that, I mean, it just makes it's just smart. Like if you're hurting for money or something, or if it's slow and you are only on one platform and not on Lyft, sign up, take advantage of that. And you're going to make extra money for giving those rides on top of whatever you're going to make. So, I mean, right here, Chewy says it right. If you're not driving both Uber and Lyft, you're doing it wrong. Craig says 1,200 sign-up
100%.
bonus in Portland. Holy crap.
You're not
So,
going to get,
yeah.
look, you're not going to get that by driving. Okay. You're going to bust your ass for 40 hours minimum to get 1,200. Sign up, help the driver, do a little coaching session if you're a veteran, help a new driver out, give him, I mean, this is where we are.
This isn't the referral. This isn't the referral bonus I'm talking about. This is the actual sign-up bonus for a new driver.
Oh, yeah, that's referral or sign up bonus. Yeah, 12. I mean, all I'm saying is you must be on both apps. You must be on not both apps. You must be on multiple both apps, whatever you have in your city. And then I know a lot of rideshare drivers don't like doing delivery. Okay, I get it. And a lot of delivery drivers don't like doing rideshare. So, okay, fine. But if you're a rideshare driver, if you're not on two platforms, and then check out the other ones, like Rides is in Minneapolis. If you're in Minneapolis, you should be on Rides as well. If you're in San Francisco area, you should be on Y-Ride as well. Uber, Lyft, Y-Ride. If you're in Miami, you should be on InDrive and Uber and Lyft and whoever else is there. Have all four apps on. Whoever gives you the most money, go do it. You're out there to make money, right? So that's it.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you should be on multiple. Just again, more tools in your toolbox. And if something happens on one, I saw another comment go by a few minutes ago talking about apps glitch. We've seen that happen where they're down
New
for a
Year's
little
glitch.
while. You're trying to get out there, and you're only signed up on Uber, and Uber's down. Good luck. You're there goes your morning. There goes your afternoon. There goes your day. Whatever it might be. And what if you need that money because you need to pay rent or something, or you got to go get groceries, whatever it might be. So
Yep.
yeah, you sign up for both, then hey, something happens on one, you get on the other. Actually, here's one story for me. I was driving both Uber and Lyft as I should be, and as you should be, but I was out. I just started the night. I did 3 rides on Uber because it was back to back to back, and after the 3rd ride, Uber sent me this little notification saying, "Oh, you're kicked off the platform because somebody said that you were tired behind the wheel." And I'm like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" So I had to deal with this Uber support and all this crap. And then I said, "You know what? Screw it. I'm just going on Lyft." And I was on Lyft the rest of the night. And actually, it was pretty busy, so I was going back to back rides there. And if I was only on Uber and that happened, guess what? I'd be done for the entire night, and I couldn't drive. And it was literally 3 rides in. So yeah, these are why you need to be on multiple platforms.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. I'm hearing the
And then
cable guy.
here's
So
the
you
other
guys
thing.
know.
We're going to put this poll up again, and I
Yeah.
want to see not in a little while, and I want to see this number go to do you drive both Uber and Lyft? I wanted to see yes at like 75% because that means you drivers out there are doing the right things in terms of making yourself more available for the potential rides. You're going to make more money out there. You're going to have less downtime. There's a lot of things that are going to happen there. So it's going to be good. So yeah, make sure you sign up. Use the link in the description below. You'll be able to get that bonus. And then email us. Let us know what you're getting when it comes to your sign-on bonus and
Yeah.
things like that. We'd love
Yeah,
to know.
email me, shoot me a quick email. I'll send you the strategy, what you need according to the guarantee is different, bonus is different. You have to read the small print, Don't be a fool. And then, I'll guide you out, shoot me a quick email. I'll shoot you back. Okay, do shorties. Okay, do this, do that. There's a strategy for each bonus and sign up bonus or referral bonus. There is a strategy for it. Don't just be happy with the money. You have to figure out how to get it the quickest way. So that's what we're going to do. Yep.
All right. Well, we do have a nice little giveaway for everybody today. We got a dash cam coming for you. We actually have two. So let me get the little banner set up for you. We have
What is
the
that?
VioFo VS1 dash camera, and we're giving two away. So
Holy,
enter
okay.
hashtag VFO into the chat right now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Gotta make
Oh
one note.
man, you're putting a difficult one in there, Chris. You should put like "show me the money" or something. Imagine the
No,
spelling
it's
errors on video phone
hashtag
now.
VFO. I think people are pretty smart. I mean, literally, you got to
No,
copy
not
what's
the
in the
little
chat.
smart.
You
Not
just
the
literally
smart part, bro.
gotta go what's in the chat. It's quite simple, but yeah,
All right.
here's a dash camera. It's very important, especially for our next topic that we're going to be talking about. So we're going to leave this going as we normally do when it comes to our topic. But yeah, this is a dash camera. If you are looking at it or want one, they are doing a special right now. It is $100. Normally it's $140. So they are on sale for this particular model, the VS1. Link will be in the description below. So if you want to check this out, or if you want to purchase it because you didn't win, but there are going to be two winners. And so far already we have 3840 entries in there. So yeah, two
I have
people are
no idea
definitely
what's
going to win.
going on. So when you do the drawing, please tell me the name slowly so I can write it down because I have no idea what's going on today. All I see is
Oh
like
yeah, because you won't be
300.
able to see it.
I see like
Huh?
400 something chat. I don't know where the chat is. I have no idea what's going on. And I hear the cable guy now, so which is good. I may be going out and coming back on my regular shit. So we'll see how it goes. But
Well, we'll see what happens. But yes, enter hashtag VFO. I don't know why you wrote Villa, but I'm assuming that's probably because of autocorrect. Damn that autocorrect. We never mean ducking. We always mean something else. So, but
yeah.
yes, it's VFO, VIOFO for those who are not paying attention or looking at their screens because maybe they're driving, but you shouldn't be texting. Pull over to the side of the road if you're driving and put it in the chat. But let's get on to our next topic, and we'll do the drawing right after this topic. It coincides very nicely with giving away a dash camera, actually two, especially when it comes to unaccompanied minors and what's going on there. And yeah,
Okay,
so
so
basically,
I
go
got
ahead.
this in my new amended TOS in California. I'm sure many California drivers got this, right? And when Uber does do this, you guys know you need to opt out every single time. We've talked about this, but we'll talk about it next week, show you guys how to opt out. But this caught my eye, Chris, okay? This was one of the addendums in there that clearly identifies that the CPUC, California Public Utilities Commission, that does not regulate the TNCs, but puts down the law about these types of things, which is unaccompanied minors, okay? The CPUC clearly says that nobody under 18, an unaccompanied minor, cannot be in an Uber, period. And we all had our stories for years about this issue. You go there, school, cancel. What happens? Literally 30 seconds later, as you're driving off, you get the same ping. Uber, Lyft, you guys need to understand this. If a driver is canceling and checking that box that says unaccompanied minor, and that's the reason they're canceling, one, it shouldn't move the cancellation rate. Two, you should put that rider who ordered, which is the parent of that kid or a teenager probably, in at least hour or 2 hour timeout so they cannot order the trip again immediately, or your systems should shut it down, period. Because driver is signaling you, telling you that this is an unaccompanied minor. We are Uber on the road. We are your representative. If I'm telling you, I'm not doing it because I don't want to do this, because it's huge risk, massive risk for the drivers. And the sad thing is, there are so many desperados out there, Chris, that I would cancel and move on. Literally, there'd be a car, and I would pull over in a corner to see how long it's going to take some desperado to come pick up this child to take him home or school or whatever. And it happens every single time. People, don't do this. If you have a house, if you have anything to your name, if you have a bank account that's even a few $1,000s in it, whatever assets you have, you are toast if something goes wrong. If you have a crash with this unaccompanied minor in your car, there is no insurance policy. Zero. It's void and null. Okay? So I'm asking the CPUC. I'm in touch with the CPUC. Okay? Because this I'm going to go to the bottom of this. There is a product that Uber brought out called Uber Teen. It is for 13 to 17-year-olds to order trips or food under their family account. According to the CPUC, this is in my TOS, and it's all of your TOSs. The CPUC says clearly, what is a 13 to 17-year-old in my car? Just because Uber circumvented this law and created this product called Uber Teen, because it's being ordered from a family account. Why is that changing, CPUC? I'm calling you out, CPUC. I sent you multiple emails, CPUC. And I'm going to put this video on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and I've been blasting this anyway. Man, CPUC is deaf. There are a bunch of idiots over there, right? On the other hand, there is another company that gives rides to children and teenagers called Hop, Skip, and Drive. My wife drives for them. It took her 3 months to get onboarded. Do you know why? Do you know why, people? One, she has to get fingerprinted. That takes a while. She has to go through the FBI background check. She has to go through a drug test because she's driving kids and teenagers. Why? Just because Uber creates this product called Uber Teen, all this law is being circumvented. Why? Why? This is going to end badly, Chris. Very badly. Okay? And to me, the important thing is, why is there a double standard between Hop, Skip, and Drive and Uber? Those Uber drivers that Uber touts as highly rated drivers, they've been just through a watered down background check. So, please, bottom line, definitely have a dash cam. We're giving 2 away. You put it to good use. 2, do not pick up unaccompanied minors, and the companies don't do anything about it. The companies, when a driver selects unaccompanied minor for cancellation reasons, that ping should not go out again. Period. That's why the box is there for unaccompanied minor. And if you do these trips, and if something happens, one of you desperados out there, and I know there are many, you are toast for life. Trust me. So that's that.
Yep. Well, a couple of things to say and kind of go with what you're saying. Good rant. I think that was probably one of your most.
I'm pissed about this Uber Teen, bro. I'm gonna bring this Uber Teen to an end.
It's well deserved. It's well deserved. I've seen a couple of schools are actually banning Uber from being able to come to their schools
I tweeted
and pick up or drop off students. So that is actually a big move right there, especially, and that's kind of to fight Uber Teen and what's going on there, because, again, Uber Teen is not necessarily legal. And they've been
not in California.
Yeah, and they've been talking. I mean, that's pretty much been their business practice from the get-go. They just go into an area, whether they're licensed or not, and then they'll just worry about it down the road when it comes to any legal issues or things like that. So the problem is, these are kids. These are unaccompanied minors. They're 13, 18. I mean, and then there's also just unaccompanied minors in general. Not necessarily even if it's Uber Teen, but just in general. We've all had,
Chris, Uber Teen are unaccompanied minors. Period.
Oh no, I know. But what I'm
That's
saying
it.
is, like, that's just if it's with the family account under the Uber Teen name. The problem
Yeah.
is, there's still teens that are trying to get on that don't have that Uber Teen, and it'll say Uber X. And there's also kids that are younger than 13 that are trying. So whether it's Uber Teen or not, it's still unaccompanied minors. So yeah, it's definitely a big issue in my opinion as well too. And yes, this is a big reason why you should be having a dash camera, so you can have everything recorded just in the event something happens. And let me tell you, these little kids are friggin' piss pots. They're little damn piss pots. And they definitely need a little smack on their ass or something. We got to bring that back. When it
Yeah,
comes
well,
to discipline.
I'm telling you, man, this is like one of the 2, 3 things I'm tackling this year. If the CPUC says clearly in that paragraph, which is in my terms of service, which came from Uber, and CPUC tells Uber, you cannot have unaccompanied minors in your cars. However, if you created this product called Uber Teen, because it's not coming directly from an adult's account, the trip is not being ordered, it's being ordered by the family account, it's okay then. No, it's not okay. And Uber, a teenager is an unaccompanied minor against the CPUC laws. So CPUC, I'm going to keep sending you emails. I'm going to actually blast this in the media until you respond and say, what is the reason for Uber circumventing the law by just creating a family account? I don't know.
I think
You
I
need
think
to
you need to
explain me
call up
this.
Brian. I think you need to call up Brian Merchant and see what's going on. He could talk
Brian
about that.
Merchant? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Why is it in California then? Good, very good question.
Exactly.
But
It beats
we all
me.
know, again, Uber and Lyft have gone into areas and they're not legally allowed to operate there. And that was part of their growth. And they didn't care. It was just pretty much do it until the legal trouble came through, and then they'll deal with it at that point. And that's kind of the same thing here when it comes to it. So the question is, who's going to challenge when it comes to the legalities of Uber Teen and the product itself? And obviously it's going to have to go state by state by state because each state may be different. Some states may allow it, some
I'm
states might not.
I'm sure they are.
But,
Yeah. No, I mean, look, man,
yep.
Governor Newsom, our wonderful Governor Newsom, I'm being facetious. He appointed the head of the CPUC, Reynolds. Okay. The CPUC has clear guidelines for these things. This Uber Teen product is illegal, CPUC. It's illegal. It's just illegal. Okay. And I don't know what your shenanigans is with Uber. I don't know how much lobbying power. I mean, I have a lot of lobbying power. And I'm not going to go that low to say that, oh, yeah, you guys getting money, whatever, whatever. Look, I don't care. That's not the issue. This is going to end badly. There's going to be a bad apple Uber driver, which happens all the time with adults, right? There are Uber drivers who pick up these women. They're not even Uber drivers. Drunk women get in the car. They get sexually assaulted. And then Uber ends up with this massive lawsuit, right? And that person's life changes forever. Do you want this, Uber? Are you that hard up for cash, bro? Do you want this? Do you want a 13, 14, 15-year-old in somebody's car that you call highly rated driver, which is complete bullshit, right? At midnight? Is this where we're going here? Right? I mean, I don't know. And what happens? God forbid something happens to that kid. And life has changed forever. Family's life has changed forever. And it's going to happen. Because at their scale, Chris, definitely going to happen. And the first one in the news, I'm going to come on and say, I told you so. And then, maybe CPUC will go, oh, shit, we shouldn't have done that. So, yeah, CPUC, I'm after you.
Well, here's the thing. Some the Digital Learn Academy says drivers are starving, so they take risks they shouldn't.
Nope.
And
I don't care. Go stand at McDonald's and make $20. No.
Here's the thing. If you're only signed up on one platform, or if you're only doing one thing, and you're not, opening yourself up to others, then you're screwing your chances right there. Right there, you should be signing up for multiple platforms. as we discussed in our previous segment. So you have more tools in your toolbox, as Sergio always puts it. But basically, it's just you're opening yourself up to the highest bidder. These companies then have to bid for your time, and whoever is going to make it better or pay you better is the one that you're going to take. So that way, you don't have to rely on these either illegal or Uber teen requests or these problematic requests, and you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to be desperate at that point. That's when you can start making things work for you. But the thing is, you have to take those steps to sign up for multiple platforms, do multiple things, think outside the box when it comes to it. If things aren't working for you currently, you may have to switch it up a little bit and try different things that are happening. Whether it's different times that you're going out, whether it's being more stringent on certain aspects, opening yourself up to more platforms. Maybe you don't like food delivery, but you have to may do food delivery for the time being. There's a lot of different things, but you don't have to take these rides that you're not supposed to, like unaccompanied minors, like kids without car seats, like too many rides, too many passengers in the car, whether it's an X or an XL. If they need to order an XL or they need to order 2 cars, tell them sorry, but no, or you will wait for them if they want to order a second car or whatever. Those things. Make sure that it's always within the legal requirements. So if something does particularly happen on that ride, you're not shit out of luck.
Yep. I mean, look, man, if you're that desperate, there's staying at McDonald's for $20 because I'm telling you, people are, stupid is what stupid does. I am telling you guys, unequivocally, Uber and Lyft both will pull their hands off the case and say you shouldn't have given that trip anyway. It's against the terms of service. There's no coverage. You don't think that kid's family is going to sue your ass or put a lien on your lifetime earnings going forward? God forbid something happens. You don't think so? It will happen. So not worth the $5, not worth the $10. There's other ones. Cancel and move on. And I definitely blame the companies. This has been going on for a decade now. That they don't have some sort of a gate that if a driver picks cancellation reason as unaccompanied minor, that ping should not go out again. It should not travel to going to some desperado so they can come pick him up. That ping should be killed, period. That's why you have that box there, Uber and Lyft. That's why. That's why I'm picking that box, because it's against your terms of service. I'm following your rules. So, yeah. So that's it.
And the last thing I'm going to say on that before we go to our contest winners is, it's quite sad that the way that they've set it up is that these are the laws or the things that you need to follow. These are the terms. These are what you should be doing when you're driving, or not what you should be doing when you're driving. But don't really pay attention to that. Go ahead and take it anyway. That's the problem. And they should have never had that go from the get-go. They should have always been, look, you can't do that. Make sure you don't. And put it instill it into the passenger as well too. But they don't. They never did. They're like, oh, well, we'll take the money. Screw it. We get the ride, and
because
money,
they have no risk.
They have no risk in there just so it covers our ass, but it doesn't cover your ass.
If there's anything zero risk trip, Chris, for Uber and Lyft, is the unaccompanied minor trip. They have zero risk, zero, because they will pull their hands out and say, "You're on your own, buddy. You shouldn't have done it. If you don't get caught, yeah, we'll pay you for it. But if you do get caught, and God forbid a crash happens, something else happens, you're on your own, because it was against the TOS anyway." So Uber and Lyft have no risk in stopping this, and they will not. And it's been going on for a decade.
Yeah, and it's not just unaccompanied minors, but it's also the car seat issue. I know it's a pain in the ass to carry a car seat around, especially if you're going to the mall or picking up from the mall and stuff like that. I know it's a pain in the ass, but you know what? You and I and everybody are not above the law when it comes to personal vehicles and passenger vehicles. We are not taxis, which, in New York State, you do not have to have a child in a car seat in a taxi. They're like grandfathered into that particular, or they're waived from that law. But as a rideshare driver, you still have to follow the law of having a car seat. So if a kid comes in, they're not in the car seat, guess what? That's on you as the driver if anything goes wrong. And I'm not willing to take that risk. And I know a lot of other drivers aren't, but there's a lot of dumbasses out there who will. Do not be a dumbass.
Yep. Let's end on that one. Don't be a dumbass. There you go.
All right. With that being said, let's go to our giveaway. We got 86 entries. So 2 people are going to win this. And give me 1 second so I can share the screen. All righty. So let's see who is going to be our winner of the first one. And again, if you are interested in dash cam because you don't have one yet, please go and get one. Whether it's this one that we're giving away, Felix Almonte. Congratulations, Felix.
You got Congrats. That Email me, Sergio@therideshareguy.com with your physical address, please.
Got that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just want to make sure because with your being on your phone is a little different today.
I'm down to 32% battery on my phone, so let's go.
Okay. And then wait, what? 2%?
I'm down to 32%. 32%.
32. Okay. All right. Drawing again for our second winner. Gary Middleton. Congrats, Gary.
Gary doesn't need that, bro. Gary is the owner of what do you call it? Maximo, the app that we love that gives you all the safety stuff. Hey Gary, if you don't want it, let me know. We'll do another drawing next week. But Felix Almonte and Gary Middleton, email me, Sergio@therideshareguy.com for your physical address. Huh?
Well, Gary said redo it. So we're still going to, we're going to give away the second one. All right, Gary, thanks.
Right. Thanks, Gary. But do go look at, take a look at Gary's app, Maximo. Please do. Amazing app. Third-party app will keep you safe and sound.
Will Scott won in lieu of Gary Middleton. So Will, got to say thank you to Gary there for saying, hey, redo it. So congratulations to you both as our winners of the VOFO VS1 dash camera. Again, definitely something you need to have. Actually, you know what? You really need to have it now, whether you're driving rideshare or not. It's kind of sad to say, especially with what's going on just in the world and, car insurance rates and all that stuff. It's crazy. So yeah, it's definitely one of those things that you definitely need to have on hand. So yeah, congratulations.
I have a display ride. Chris has a display ride. We love that. I love it. I've had it for almost a couple of years now. Uploads directly to the cloud, and we have a deal on that too. Go to displayride.com, check out the deal. $10 a month, RSG, use RSG or RSG10, and the exit, $10 a month. You can't even buy a Happy Meal for $10 a month these days. For your safety, driving 5 hours, 50 hours, whatever you're driving, you must have a dash cam. Especially if you're allowing unaccompanied minors, so your ass can get nailed faster. How about that? Yeah.
Actually, I think the best is to record the interaction between you denying them and then them kicking your car and saying, hey, guess what? Now you're going to owe me.
And then you're getting deactivated because the parent complained. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So definitely something that you want to make sure that you have on hand because it's just gotten insane out there when it comes to the riffraff that decides that they want an Uber and Lyft. So yeah. All right. So congratulations to our winners.
Yep. Email me, Sergio@therideshareguy.com, your physical address, please. Thank you.
All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about a very simple thing called cherry picking. This kind of goes in line with saying no to unaccompanied minors, saying no to children without car seats, saying no to too many passengers. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just saying no to a particular trip that's not worth your time and knowing your worth. So yeah, it's definitely something that you need to make sure that you are doing because you'll be able to make more money doing it.
Yep. And so this was sent beautifully by a driver to me. Catherine, thank you. Decline winner, right? And how's she figuring that out? Obviously, we told you this a million times. With upfront fares, Time to pick up, distance to pick up. If you're in a city like LA, I look at time as well as the mileage. A lot of drivers say, oh, $1 a mile is good. No, $1 a mile is not good in LA, because in LA, 3 miles could take me 45 minutes. I have to look at the time component as well. However, there's a reason why the last ping is the winner, right? And, you have to have first of all, you have to have your CPM. You have to have your cost per mile. If you know your cost, then cherry picking will be a lot easier for you. Unlike some desperado who keeps accept. Because if you accept a lot of chips that they're throwing at you, your earnings potential is going to be much less than what it should be, because you're out there 30, 40 hours. And, but there are a lot of drivers, Chris, who accept everything and go on their way. They have a daily goal, $200, $300, whatever it is. Until they reach that goal, they don't do it. And there are a lot of people who cherry pick, who swear by cherry picking. Now, the reason I'm doing this segment today is because Uber is introducing, those gray clouds, Chris, that I've been dealing with depressed for the last 2 years in LA. We don't see much surge anymore. But remember that second segment that we did, that Uber and Lyft are ripping both sides, right? Both sides. So this is what's happening now. Obviously, if there's a surge on a trip, absolutely, go right at it. Do your cherry picking, position yourself correctly, the 3 Ps, position, right? Patience, position, and planning. Besides that, let's go to the next screenshot. You guys will see there's a gentleman in LA. These are his trips. There's a gentleman in LA, Mr. Gambit. He may be here, actually. I don't know, because I can't see the chat. These are his screenshots. This guy is the ultimate cherry picker. Okay. So on these 2 first trips, do you see the surge, Chris? There's I think a $20 surge, right, on the receipt.
The first one's got a $23 surge, and then the second one has a $20 surge.
All right. So obviously, with the surge, it's easy to cherry pick. I mean, the trip is coming in. I can't see the miles and minutes on these, Chris, but you can tell the audience and the podcast listeners what they are. These are absolutely no-brainer trips. You're gonna take it, obviously.
All right. So the first one is $44.68 total for the upfront fare, and the duration is 28 minutes, 26 seconds for a distance of 13.7 miles. And again, that one had a $23 surge attached to it. And then the second one was $32.17 for 15 minutes and 42 seconds with a distance of 7.5 miles with a $20 surge attached to it.
So for all the Ant for Mecca United ants, I'd rather do one of these, quality over quantity, in 1 hour than do 6 $5 trips that you guys are doing to get here. Okay? This is possible. If you work the right hours, this is LA. This is possible. And these are all Uber X trips, by the way. They're not Black, they're not XL, they're not they're not Comfort, they're X. This guy is the sniper of all snipers, Chris. This guy exactly knows where to be, when to be, grabs the surge, boom, and he knows how to keep the surge. That's the Fight Club part of it. And then he takes a trip that he likes doing, and look at these results, right? The guy is an animal. He is the surge master of LA. Now, however, there is something else happening, which that's why I did this segment, okay? What's happening is that because of the gray clouds, right, you're not seeing surge, right? Okay, so you're expecting a base trip. Put the next 2 screenshots, okay? These are his screenshots as well, by the way. Mr. Gambit, thank you for your service. And so here's the other trips. Okay, look at the receipt, Chris. Is there any surge in these?
These ones do not have surge.
Yeah, how come they pay so well? Read the distances on these trips and the times.
All right, so yeah, this one is $37.61 for 28 minutes and 10.4 miles, and then the second one is $37.64, and that's 31 minutes and 10.4 miles.
Okay, and they're all Uber X, correct?
Yep.
All right. The ping came in at $37.61, people. If you're not cherry picking, this is what you're going to miss. This is what's happening in LA now. Now, the key caveat on this is the ping is going to come like this. You have 10 seconds, and you're going to be shocked that you're getting paid this much. By the time you grab it, you'll be like, oh, my God, where did this come from? You may miss it. Your brain now, people, with those gray clouds has to be used to something called rip the rider a new a-hole. Look at what the riders paid. Look at what the riders paid on these trips, Chris.
Oh yeah. So 80.92 and 80.97 for these rides.
All right. So this is what's happening, Chris. Uber is not showing surge. It's showing the gray clouds to us. On the back end, there is 3x happening, 4x happening for the rider. You see what I'm saying? And once they rip the rider off a good one, the algo decides, I will share the wealth with Mr. Gambit on this one. And these trips are all coming in base, right? So, point number one, this guy positions himself beautifully. Point number two, he has the patience of God. And point number three, he has onto Uber's game, which is gray clouds, no surge for me, but it's surging on the back end to the rider at 4x. And, I'm being nice to Uber now. Uber's algo will not take more on these trips where they absolutely rip the rider a new one. They will not take more than, 50%. As you guys can see on the service fee, Chris, yes, of course, they have the hocus pocus commercial insurance and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But they will share the wealth with you. And all these 4 trips that I've shown, he has sent me hundreds of these, okay? All these 4 trips that I've shown is proof that cherry picking is still gold. Because even with gray clouds, he's grabbing trips like this. I mean, bro, 20 minutes for $37? I'm good for the hour. And I'm way above, by the way, the $32 per active hour that Uber and Lyft talk about if I do this, right? So, yeah, please cherry pick. Try to cherry pick. Learn the game a little bit. Don't keep hit the button, accept. Quality over quantity. It's still happening. You just got to adjust, pivot, amend, get your brain trained. That's where we are. So then, cherry picking is still
one of the other things too, when you're cherry picking, it's going to tell you in your mind to say no to certain rides instead of just accept. So again, when you get that unaccompanied minor that you're not supposed to take, when you get that child without the car seat, when you get those rides that you're not supposed to take because there's too many passengers, you're going to be able to say no, and you're not going to feel bad about it.
And the next one may be this one.
You're not going to be desperate for it. So,
and you know what? The next one may be one of these. Because, when you keep accept, Chris, there is a thing called opportunity cost, right? I mean, the next one may be one of these. And then you go, well, it goes to Mr. Gambit because you accepted a $4 10-minute trip. That's why you did. You know what I mean? So that's why he's the king. So. But anyway, so please cherry pick. Look, right. I'm not telling you to cherry pick at 11 a.m. in the morning. If you're driving on the weekends, if you're driving drunk hours, please cherry pick. When there are no cherries to pick, what am I supposed to do? Get it. But this is happening quite often now. The hidden surge, hidden for you, not for the rider. Rider's taking a new one. But Uber goes, yeah, let's just share it. No big deal. And boom, wonderful trips. So.
Well, speaking of who's taking one, it might be California drivers very soon.
I'm leaving California anyway, so it's okay.
You better be leaving California, and everybody else got to be leaving California too. Jesus Christ! So
I came across I've ever heard.
I know. I came across this article, and I'm like, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. So the California Senate passes a bill to add speed governors to all new cars. California, stay the fuck out of my car. That's my message to you.
Well, you're not here.
Here's the thing. Sometimes for safety, you actually have to go faster than the speed limit. Sometimes it's good to have a car that has a lot of horsepower in the event that you actually need to move quicker. How many times have we had something happen where something happens beyond our control and you have to speed up in order to make sure that you're going to be safe?
A lot. Like you have to punch it. Let's say you have to punch it, get all your, to make a light or whatever. And I don't know what kind of governor they're going to put on. I mean, I'm hoping, Chris, it's not like 77 miles an hour or something like that. If it's that, it's stupid, right? I'm pretty sure there's more details on this. I'll look into it and then come back. We'll do another segment on this. But that's another thing. You know, government's watching you,
All I
man.
know
You know,
is
government should
all I
not be
know.
involved in my speedometer, man.
No, no. My if my car goes 174 as my
You know,
top
I want to
speed,
kill myself.
I
That's
want
what
it
I'm
to go
gonna do.
174.
Fuck.
So Newsom can suck my. Never mind. I can't say that. This is a family
No,
show.
don't say that. Don't do
Um,
that.
but Newsom can go take his
Yeah,
toupee off his head.
Newsom can go to take a long walk off a short pier. And Newsom,
Yeah, definitely.
I'm after you too, Newsom. Go talk to your CPUC head of bullshit over there. I'm coming. I'm telling you. I'm gonna put this all over the papers. God forbid I see one teenager child get hurt. The blood is on your hand, CPUC and Uber's hand and whoever else is doing the shenanigans. But again, stay the F out of my speedometer. How about that?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, all I know is if I was in California and this actually went through, I would not be getting a new car in California. Two, that would be if I had to get a new car in California, that would be the first damn thing I would be taking out of the car. The second thing would be that damn tracker that they put in your car when you get a car and
Well,
it's on
no,
loan.
I mean,
Those are both coming out.
Yeah, you go get it like a Tesla Model S Plaid or something, and then you cannot go more than 80.
Well, that's when, yeah, right. You could get 0 to 80 in 1.4 seconds or something, but it stops hardcore at 80. No, I'm sorry. That would be the first thing. I would go
Well,
right
wait,
in and reprogram that car.
we're the leader in this in California, right? We're the leader of all this overreach, right? Because we have all over the place now, we have AI cameras hooked up in front of the city buses, writing tickets to people. We have all this. We love technology, but I think
We
enough
love
is enough.
control.
Yeah, enough is enough.
It's all control. It's all bullshit. So this to me, I think is absolutely a huge overstep. And if something like this were to ever happen or get passed, I hope that so many different people go and sue the state against this law for the constitutionality of it.
I don't know. I will. I mean, look, I do understand. Okay, I understand that speed does kill. If you're driving slower, if you get in a crash, your chances of survival is lower. But you should not be mandating that. You should not be forcing that. It's like the shots and shit. I mean, look, bro, it's my life. I know most of the time the other party gets hurt more than the idiot driver who's speeding. I get all this. I get it. I get that side. But I think too much government. Just let me live my life a little bit. And, let
Yeah.
me take a chance.
Here,
Not by
here's the
driving
thing.
fast. Just let me exist.
My car, my choice.
Okay, good. There you go. Listen to Chris Newsom and the CPUC and Uber and Lyft. Listen, I like this little camera. When I do this, my finger gets bigger. Anyway, all right. So I don't know what's happening. So
It's time to go from California to Texas, where everything's free and bigger.
Texas, baby. Yeah, I'm not going to Florida. Too humid. Texas, maybe Texas. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. But
Spain,
either way,
sir, Spain. Spain is good.
Spain.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
you know what? Do you want to go on a sinking ship, or do you want? Or, I mean, sorry, do you want to stay on a sinking ship, or do you want to get off?
Definitely off, sir.
All right.
Can I mention my other channel? Because look, I mean, seriously, we're at the end, but let me plug this. I have a finance channel that's doing really well. Please join me every Friday now for Power Hour. I'm teaching you guys how to trade. I'm teaching you guys how to get off this hamster wheel called, gig economy. All good. If you still like doing it, I'm still driving, But long story short, it's at Sergio Avidian on YouTube. I have a website as well now, www.sergioavidian.com. And I'm going to start sending free newsletters. So if you want to go subscribe, click the subscribe button, put your email in. It's not going to be about gig economy. It's about finance. It's about, because it all tied into this, sinking ship, right? What the Fed is doing to this country, how the Fed is mortgaging my kids' future, how the Congress, with their fiscal policy is absolutely effing up this country and everybody that's in it except the billionaires. Look, I'm not a socialist. I'm a capitalist. I was on Wall Street, but I had enough. I don't want to have $35 trillion hanging on my kids', necks. I mean, but we do. But it's all about finance. It's all about Bitcoin. It's all about what's happening, and you guys will enjoy it. Even if you don't want to trade stocks, which is also trading. And I shared my main trading account with you guys this past Friday. I'm up 205%. I had a okay May, but long story short, at Sergio Avedian is the YouTube channel, and www.sergioavedian.com is the website. Newsletters will start going on about 10 days. So once I have enough subs, free newsletter, no strings attached, you'll start learning about these things, inflation and Federal Reserve and money supply, trading and stocks and investing and all that good stuff. It's free, which I think, I enjoy doing. So that's it. That's the plug. Let's load the fakes. And
Well,
before
not
my
only
battery
that,
runs out.
they don't. Well, first off, they don't teach that in school. They need to, and
Unfortunately, yeah, they teach
that
at
can help
school not to
you.
go fast. That's what they
Yep.
do.
Bruno, Texas, just make your wife pregnant again. My wife is pregnant. Number 3 coming.
Yeah,
So I don't know what's all that
number
about.
3, Chris is busy.
All right, but
I don't
of
know.
course we always got to poke fun at the fake names. So
Okay,
Melchi's,
you have to. Can you decipher the one on the left?
Melchi's
It took
dick.
me half hour. That's like a riddle, or that's like a code. Can you figure that out? The one on the left.
Melchi's dick.
You got it. Mel's cheese dick. There you go. That's a good name.
That's definitely not a name. And then Lovely Homes. Lovely Homes. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Mel's cheese dick belongs in the Lovely Homes. That's what it is.
Hi, Lovely. How are you?
Hey, Lovely. Hey, it's like Uber, Lyft. I'm serious. I don't think they get it. Right? You know what I'm gonna do actually, Chris? Because database is so huge now, right? I'm gonna just create like a Google Docs one for Lyft and one for Uber, and just share it with them. I go, these are all the fakes I have so far. There's more, right? Maybe they'll just do something about it. Mel's cheese dick. No, I don't think it. I don't think so. But anyway, so yeah, we survived, buddy.
Oh yeah, as usual. So good that you did, even without the internet, doing your phone. So not too bad there. Unfortunately, you couldn't see all the screen, but hey, it's all good. And hopefully,
I see there are like 700 chat comments or whatever. I see that. I can't see the chat. I just see you, which is fine. We gave the cameras away. Sign up for Lyft. Sign up to the newsletters. I mean, it's free, man. Come on. What else do you guys want? And we survived. So let me see if I have internet now.
Well, either way, another thing to wrap it up before we do go. We have a great behind the wheel coming for you on Thursday that Sergio had interviewed a driver on, where he's making quite a bit more than his average, 3 times as much. So make sure you check that out, coming out on Thursday. Again, we have our delivery channel, Delivery Guy by RSG, and also the Rideshare Guy, en Español. Check them out if you are either a food delivery driver or you speak Spanish or know somebody who speaks Spanish. Please share that with them. And yeah, make sure if you don't have a dash camera, get one. You can check the link in the description below for the VFO, or you could go to Display Ride, type in code RSG, get it for $10 a month. That goes to the cloud, all that good stuff. And yeah, beyond that, if you're not on both platforms, or if you're not driving on the Lyft platform and you're driving on Uber or vice versa, make sure you're on both platforms. Sign up. If there's any problems or anything, it does happen. But you really shouldn't have any problems signing up. If you do, there are definitely resources that you can reach out to, like Larry, especially if it comes to like a false background check or anything like that. We have given him many business before. So make sure you are signing up for both platforms, and check the link in the description below. Lyft is still offering plenty of good bonuses when it comes to signing up. So go out there and get that free money. Go out there, give the rides, get that money. And, now you have a second platform that you can drive on at the same time, and you increase your chances of getting more rides in less time and making more money out there. So,
I couldn't have said it better myself. Be safe out there. Stay healthy. We'll see you guys hopefully next Tuesday with the internet. Besides that, please thumbs up. Uber Algo likes it, supposedly. Thumbs up, easy one.
Uber algo?
And Uber Algo, is that what I said? Ah, it was YouTube Algo. No, YouTube. YouTube Algo likes it. Uber Algo likes it too. Do thumbs up. If you're doing deliveries, you can get thumbs up. You don't get rated when you're doing that. But yeah, sign up to our newsletter, please. Read that. More reason. It's going out today or tomorrow. I'm calling Lyft much more transparent now than Uber. You guys like it, you like it. You don't like it, you don't like it. But I'm not doing it because I'm kissing David Richards' ass to come back on. He's going to come back on anyway. I'm doing it because it's reality. Why isn't Uber doing that? They should. Okay, go sign up to my newsletter. Get some finance going in your head. How you can survive this world of inflation and whatever not. What else? That's it. I'm gonna go think. I'm gonna go figure out if I have internet or not. Because if I don't, I'm gonna shoot myself. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right. Well,
thumbs up,
have a great
people.
rest of
Much
your
love.
day. Go out there, enjoy, make that money, be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and of course, I don't know. I got something. I got nothing. It's a
You got
long day.
nothing? And of course, be
I got nothing.
safe. There you go. That's it.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye now.